In this grid painting video, I'm showing you how to incorporate collage into your explorations. Over the past few weeks, we have tried black and white, we have tried adding one color, and used two complementary colors. So today I'm going to use the complementary colors I used last time, cerulean blue and burnt sienna, plus black and white. And what I'm going to do today is add collage. The collage papers I used were made by putting marks on tracing paper. I like using tracing paper because it's thin, it's easy to adhere to your creations, and it's easy to crinkle up and get some added texture. You can also use magazines. My friends actually now give me their old magazines instead of throwing them away because they know I love collage fodder. I use gloss medium to glue down my pieces, but you can also use Mod Podge or a glue stick. Remember, this is your sketchbook. It's your creative practice, so do what feels good for you. You can find the supplies I use listed below. Hit subscribe to catch all of the videos about mark making and abstract art to inspire your own creativity. See you soon. This is the fourth part of a grid painting series where we started with black and white, added one color, added the complementary color, and today we're adding in some collage. I brought back some of my mark making tools just in case I wanted to use them. So I have charcoal, I have my Neocolor crayons, the Stabilo woody pencils, and a Posca pen and some charcoal. I'm going to start by making some pretty backgrounds before we do the collage piece. If you watched last week's video, I played a lot with transparent watery acrylic where it acts more like watercolor, and I really enjoyed playing with that, so I am doing it again. I haven't done the charcoal, I don't think, since the black and white video, so I wanted to add some more in there. When you paint over charcoal, that can spread around and add some grays into the mixes. While I was doing these, I was just thinking about how many different blues could I place next to how many different oranges to see how they interact and what they look like. Do I like the bright saturated? Do I like muted colors like these going on right now? That's kind of a grayish green transparent color. That looks really cool. Ooh, especially next to that blue. So that is a beautiful combination right there. The dark blue, that gray blue, and the greenish gray, the bottom middle square. You'll see that I just jump around to different squares because I just like to keep it loose, and I like to add some of the same colors to different squares. There's a lighter blue going next to that transparent orange, and that looks really pretty together. So that square is very wet. I think you can see the reflection. So there should be some cool blending going on in that one. This is a really neat blue-gray I got that even last week with these same colors, I don't think I saw that color come out. Again, the magic of color mixing, it never gets old. You never know what colors you're gonna get, and I only have the cerulean blue, the burnt sienna, black and white again, and these are already looking completely different from the grids we did last week. It's fascinating. So just continue filling in your squares with all different kinds of colors and different transparencies to see what sparks some curiosity in you. What is looking interesting to you? Like that right there, the watery next to a more opaque and mixing it together on top is really interesting to me. So I'll probably be exploring that for a while. You never know what is going to spark your interest, and so that's why it's fun to do these, because you can try all different kinds of things without worrying too much about it. Here's a really dark, it wasn't pure black, but it's very close. You can water it down. Look at how it mixes with that neutral creamy color. Awesome. Lots of cool blending going on in the top right. I do like contrast, so I will put dark colors next to really light colors. I find it makes it really interesting because it draws your eye around. There's really light next to that dark black. That is a really pretty combination as well. You can make a whole painting just with that light blue and the dark colors. I really like the earthy tones in the second row as well. So I have a pretty good set of backgrounds going on. So I'm adding a Neocolor crayon, just drawing and scribbling with it to add different marks to these backgrounds. So this collage paper, I made these marks on tracing paper. I used a marker and watercolor, and you can use magazines if you don't have any tracing paper to work on. You just start ripping up your pieces and placing them around, and the cool thing is you can move them. So if you don't like where it ended up, just place them around different places and see what looks interesting before you start to glue them down. So this one was just swirly marks with the black and white, and then I have like a sage green watercolor, just little oval shapes, probably just made with a brush tip just being stamped on the tracing paper and letting it dry. Adding collage can be another way to spark some curiosity and interest and get your creative juices flowing, because sometimes you get stuck and maybe you like a part of what you're making but not all of it. If you can add a piece of collage, that can kickstart something new. So I'm starting to glue these down, and I like to use gloss medium with I put the gloss medium down, and then I put the collage on, and then put more on top. I am just using my finger here. You don't have to use your finger. You can use a brush, but I was just in the flow, and so I was using my finger. You can also use Mod Podge or a glue stick. Use whatever you have to get your collage pieces down on the page. So the tracing paper is cool because you can see once it's glued down, it has a transparency to it as well. So you're left with the marks, but you can still see some of your painting behind it. Once you have your collage pieces down, you can start adding more layers on top of those as well. And you can go back and forth between collage and paint and mark making tools as much as you want. That's really the fun of using acrylics, because there are no mistakes really, because you can just cover up what you don't like. I'm going to add some more paint on top of these squares. That light blue looks really beautiful with those dark oranges and browns. Sometimes you may end up covering most of your collage piece, and that's totally okay. Maybe you didn't like how it looked and you want to cover it up, and that is up to you. That's why it's your creative practice, your sketchbook. This is the one place where you can follow the things that you love and stop doing the things that you don't. There is no responsibility inside here. It is all play. It is all curiosity. It is all fun. Use this space as a place to de-stress and to enjoy a bit of mindfulness in the middle of your day. One of my favorite things about these grid paintings is they can be done really quickly. So if you have your supplies ready and available out in a space for you, you can grab them, catch a little bit of peace for 10 minutes, and then get back to your day. This is a Posca pen. It's an acrylic paint marker. They're fun to draw with. And I'm making some more marks with the Neocolor. I really like that peach on top of the dark black there. More scribbles just to see how they look. Just more experimentation. I hadn't had my Neocolor crayons out in a while, and so it was fun to play with them again and see what I could do. We're getting close to finished here. These are getting pretty full. Adding in some highlights to break up anything that's a little too overwhelming for my taste. Don't forget, you can also scratch into your wet paint. So if you have a dark color, put a light color on top and scratch into it, and you'll see the dark peeking out. Or if you have a light color and put dark on top, then you can scratch it and the light will come out. For my final touches, I'm going to put in some more darks just to get that contrast that I love. And that will be about it for these. I hope you have fun playing. Let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for joining me today. I'm all about helping you grow your own creative practice full of peace, intention, and curious exploration. Find out more when you visit jenfletcherart.com. I'll see you soon.